let's take a moment and look at how Joshua and native Aramaic, Middle Eastern spiritualities, the Essenes, saw creation, form, body, nature. We've all heard the story of Adam and Eve. In Aramaic, Adam, it's not the name of a particular man who existed as the first human being. That's all myth and story and misunderstanding. Dam refers to, think of a tree, roots in the earth, branches to the sunlight and the rain and the sky, and it lives by the flow of the sap within it. So Dam refers to the living tree of the nature of the body itself, and how well is these currents of energy, of life force, biological, all of that stuff flowing unimpeded and in great harmony. Dam. Ah is for Aramaic the sound of the divine, that which arises from silence. Allah is one word for God Joshua used a lot. Allah, Allah, Avun, what I call the verb of God, the ceaseless throwing out of creative energy through the breath that lands in nature. And Avun is ceaselessly occurring. We obstruct that flow and are oblivious to it when we live in the egoic mind, in separation. And again, in our postmodern Western world, we are so lost in the mind that we live in constant duality, the split between spirit and body, heaven and earth, me and earth and my relationship with it. It's what's really led to our abuse of the earth. We've been living in an ignorance of the union of all creation, and it's having its effects. So Adam, wait a minute, is that how I see the body? What have I been taught about it? These are important questions, and it really suggests that you use some time to sit down, rock in a hammock with a pad of paper and a pen. What have I believed about the body and nature? What was I taught? What did my parents believe about the body and nature? The culture in which I grew up. What were its fundamental beliefs? Not that anybody talked about it, they just operated as though it's true. We see we have filters like colored glasses that are placed upon us, which we accept, distorting our views of self, God, reality, and creation. Just to become more aware of the real truth of what we have believed the body is, how we see it. Have you ever had the thought, damn body, I hate this thing? That's interesting. Where did that come from? Oh, if I just didn't have a body, didn't have to be here. Have we ever paid attention to our actual beliefs about it? And what follows from that is the next question. What's the deepest truth about my real relationship with the body? Later, Joshua will tell us that all of creation is relationship. But what is the quality of my relationship to the body, to the air, to the ground, to nature? Do I live in a caring relationship, sensitive to body? Or was I taught that, hey, when you're bored, eat a bag of Cheetos and watch a bad movie and chase it all down with a Coke? Yay, this is the great life. Is that loving? What is my belief about body? And what is truly, not the smoke screen of pleasant thoughts, but how do I actually relate with Dom? For Jeshua, Dom, nature, body, is a gift of the earth, of creation itself. Soul elects to live here, so to speak, and the soul's desire is Adam. It wants to bring the body-mind into such harmony that the emanations of awe can flow into it and through it to reveal creations that extend the good, the holy, and the beautiful. We're just conduits for love. So again, important questions, and I really encourage you to spend some time with it. How to do it is quite simple. Make your home in the breath, and then drop a question in like a pebble in the pond. What have I believed the body is? Continue to breathe, and as though you're sitting in a rocking chair in a movie theater, you ask the question, the lights in the room go dim, and something appears on the screen. You're not thinking, you're just asking the question, relaxing, and noticing what appears. It can be quite surprising. This is actually the beginning mastery of radical inquiry, to see into the depth of the mind that's been operating unconsciously. We begin to witness it and see it, to bring awareness to it. And just notice what arises. Don't edit it, don't assess it, might jot it down, then go back to the breath. Okay. There's that flow of breath again. Drop the question in again. Just notice what arises. Record it. And do that at least 7 times, very slowly and gently. It's like I want to peer into the room in my own Hotel California, in which what I've accumulated as thoughts and ideas and beliefs about the body have been kind of locked away from my awareness. I want to open the door and really see what's there, because it's affecting and coloring and shaping and limiting everything. The body. What have I believed about it? What is my relationship with it truly? Next question. And again, you can apply the same methodology, which is, by the way, essential to growing our capacity later to do radical inquiry. What have I used the body for? Honestly. What do I use it for daily? And right away the mind might say, well, what do you mean what I use the body for? I use the body to live. It's what everybody does. No, that's superficial. That's off the top. That's closed box. Rest into the breath and be curious. What do I use the body for? What was I taught to use the body for? If a mother or father frowns at you because you're crying as a 3-year-old, they're sending you the thought, that's not acceptable, you need to change it. You learn how to block your feeling, give up your whimpering or your crying, and you put on a smile, and then mom or dad approves of you. You've just been taught what to use the body for, and you're making that use of it your own. But at what cost? These are important questions. And last of all, if we come back to Adam, What pervades the Aramaic view of Jeshua and nature? Sacredness. All of creation is sacred. But in the Western world, in our modern post, forget it, the sacred got booted out a long time ago. There's just nature. Earth is a desert drear. Ego, to use the body, exhausted, get down 3 more cups of coffee, forget getting sleep. I keep overriding with the ego mind the natural flow of graceful, loving creation and the signals it's constantly sending to me. So, last question is, how much or to what degree have I truly come to see and feel that the body and all of its energies, just as it is sacred? Do I treat it as such? Do I recognize when I wake up in the morning, I'm coming into relationship and am in a sacred temple provided by nature and earth, and ultimately by light itself? Do I actually feel and know and abide in a sacred relationship with Dom? Or have I just been living unconsciously, just the way I was programmed to do? One of the most important steps of enlightenment you will ever pass through is the transformation of your relationship with the part of creation closest to you, what we call the body and the breath that flows through it. How you see it, how you relate to it, what you use it for. Do I get up and go to the same job every day even though I hate it? What am I using the body for? To satisfy the mind's belief that I've got to survive? Or do I use it to open and attune, to become a conduit for the extension of love, presence, new creative ideas, play, inspiration? Later, Jeshua will tell us the body can have one of 2 roles: separation device, communion device. Adam, the sacred relationship with nature, the commitment to infusing it with the divine, is about communion. Communion with the earth, sensitivity to frequencies, body as a conduit for living energy, the movement of love itself. Or do I use it as a separation device? Oh, up comes some sadness, I don't want to feel that. I use my hands to turn on the TV or hit the clicker, I guess, these days. And I open up the bag of Cheetos and the bottle of beer. I'm using the body to prevent myself from being present with a movement of feeling that's knocking on my door, calling for love. What do I use the body for? Habitually, unconsciously. What is my relationship with it? To what degree have I come to see that it is sacred, just as all of creation is? Let's take a nice deep breath with that. A little bit of homework. Do it now. Save yourselves a whole lot of time later.